cueing that record from the point that you've actually decided to keep starting that record and keeping it continuous so it runs as a continuous loop. So that's cueing. Beat, oh, beat, 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 Okay. So Mad Cut, just explain the foundations of beat juggling and what you actually was doing there.
Basically, got 2 copies of the same beats here, both marked up. Yeah. And basically, I'm using the markers and using the bars and the beats to kick the hi-hat and the snare. Yeah. To basically create a beat. The usual drum pattern, as you can hear, it's just that. Yeah. What I basically was doing then was just manipulating the crossfader and the 2 turntable platters to basically just reconstruct a beat, slowing it down, making a different drum pattern, similar to a drummer, drummers drumming and basically changing the patterns.
Let's just go through some of the techniques you was actually doing and then we'll break those down so people can actually see how they actually work.
Okay. Basically, usual thing, you either use headphones to cue it up, or, you know, if you're practicing, you're just going to move it around like this to find the beat. Yeah.
How do you know what records are right for beat juggles, or is it pretty much for you to
It depends what they're doing. I mean, this obviously we're showing the learning stages of beat juggling here. It would be good to find just a fresh beat, just something clear, which you can hear the bars, so you can understand more. Obviously, as things go on, you know, you're advancing, you're bringing different things into it. You can find harder things to do and more complex things. But
so first you're going to start with the basics, and then you obviously, the more experienced you become, you can make it more complicated.
Yeah, it's just progression with everything.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay. So I'll start off on the bar.
So that's the first beat.
That's the bar. Then.
Yeah.
And then you've got the bar here.
Both records are cued exactly the same, yeah?
Yeah.
In your case.
Cued the same. That one's cued the same there. So you just start off with this one.
So you're actually manipulating that kick.
Yeah. To make doubles.
Yeah. You can hit double in there.
Pull this one back.
Oh, let's go. Oh, beat. That. Okay. And then you change the style, you change the pace.
You can change the pace.
Right, you're cutting back there.
Cutting back there, you hold it, and then you basically, this is called beat chasing, where you just follow, one's lead this one, can lead this one.
Yeah, so one's slightly delayed after the other one.
So you go.
So, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, snare, kick, kick, snare. Yeah, see?
That's the form of, you know, basic beat cutting. Like you've got the baby scratch. Yeah. The scratching, this is a baby. And then you can obviously...
Now you're doubling it in there. If you look at the markers, you can see how the actual record's moving around, especially when he doubles it. It's like a quick cut between his actual juggle.
Got the bar again. Now it's the reverse the other way, so I'm using this turntable.
Yeah. Again, he done a cut back there to just play with it. So again, it's basically mastering certain basics, and then you're applying your own kind of influence or rhythm to it.
You can just do different rhythms. You can, you know, some people work on hi-hats. Yeah. You know, and they can basically juggle on the hi-hats. It just
hi-hat in there. Yeah.
And you could just go slow. And then you've got the bar again.
And you're playing with the snares, yeah.
Then.
So you're doing a lot of cutting, quick cutting, and play, and just basically putting the sounds where you want them in your own timing. Okay, let's just break down some of the techniques that you was doing there. For example, pausing when the beat. This is a normal pace of the record, and you can pause between the gaps and make that record sound slower in the same pitch. So. And again, that helps you control the speed and pitch of the record. So that's another thing you probably want to master, again, before you actually work between the two turntables. If you can do that with one, and then repeat the other one by just back cueing, yeah?
Once you've got the flow, it's basically just learning the same thing, using your mind, getting used to just feeling, and you just get into a flow.
Again,
anything. A lot of people count as well.
Yeah.
Going back to the counting beats thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people do count the bars.
Yeah.
Count the beats. You know.
So every certain bar, again, they add a new beat juggle. So if you work out one style of beat juggling, maybe for example the pausing that I did there, and like Mad Cut did, he was cutting back between certain parts. Those only last a certain amount of bars, which would all add to the arrangement of the piece that you're juggling. And again, you can juggle with anything nowadays.
Yeah, anything.
They don't have to be the two same records.
Do two different copies, anything. You know, you could juggle with anything. Anything. You know, it's just obviously being creative and just practice.
Go, you got any suggestions and tips for DJs looking to get into competitions?
Yeah, you need to really practice a lot and stuff, and well, make sure that you're ready when you enter.
How do you know when you're ready? What are you looking for to be ready in sense?
Well, when you're happy with what you got and stuff, and like you're happy with the sound that you're making, and you think that, you know, I may be better than the other guy, so give it a go.
So are you saying basically to enter to win all the time, or?
Ah, just do it. Just, you know, just express like what you do on the decks and stuff.
Okay, right. Mad Cut, any tips in being different and what to look for? Because some people moan about being technical or being doing tricks. What's your opinions on things like that?
I think that really, you know, you're who you are, and it depends. Like, you know, with everything, whether you're doing, you know, whether you're doing sports or whatever, you know, you're going to express whatever's coming out of you. And obviously with tricks, whether you're, you know, a lot of people are quite deep, and it, you know, it comes across on the turntables, whether it's scratching, being technical, you want, you know, it's just good to be complete. It is good to be complete, especially now because turntablism's got so big. It's definitely.
DJ Pogo, what's your opinions on the way DJs changed from the day you basically started out, and how difficult is it now compared to then?
Well, basically when it started over here in the UK, it was more of a fad thing. A lot of people done it as a fad thing. Like, I was just fascinated by DJing, so I started DJing like way back in the early 80s, and I was into like the DJing, just like club playing, the whole vibe of that. So when I saw scratching, it was fascinating, and that's what I wanted to do from that day one. The way it's changed now, it's more advanced. The message gets around a lot quicker now because we've got videos now. Like, we had tapes, so we couldn't even see what other DJs were doing. We just heard what they were doing. If you were lucky enough for them to come to your town, which was very rare, you could see something. But now, new styles and techniques which are starting off in far different parts of the world now, you can see them the following week in your own country now on video and whatever. It's changed now a lot, 'cause a lot of the DJs around the world are friends. It's a much more of a unified thing now, whereas back in the early 80s it was more of a like, no, I don't like you, you're not with our crew, da 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 da, so forth. So there's a lot more togetherness. The techniques now is so advanced, I can't even keep up with all the styles and techniques that's happening now. It's got so advanced now. There's new things happening every day. People are starting to learn now that, you know, you don't have to sound a lot like the next guy to get to where you're going. You have to be an individual in yourself and be sure of that style. If you're an individual in yourself and you know your benchmark, you know how you want to sound when you come out, and that's when you know you're ready to come out. A lot of people are going down that road. That's why we're having a lot of new DJs coming up now sounding very different and coming up with some mad ill styles. So it's changed. It's like the change now is dramatic. It's constantly changing. It's like an explosion that's continually growing. It's constantly going. You know, sky's the limit as far as turntablism is concerned now, and DJing concerned on a level now. It's like whatever your brain can do, you can transform that into like on the turntables. That's your limit. That's your benchmark, and it's been constantly pushed higher and higher every year. you know. Like me, on my level, the way I look at it now, like I'm more into the funk side of it, the funky, the beats and everything. That's the way I look at it. You know, it's got a bit more into a lot of the technical side now. It's gone very, very technical now. It's so technical, some DJs don't even know what's happening technically up there, you know. But that's how advanced it's got. But you know, that's it. Turntablism has gone to that level now. It's growing. It's advanced so much now. You know, sky's the limit where it's going to end.
Okay, yo, I mean, a lot of mixing equipment now has been obviously improved on the turntables, the mixer. Do you think that there's any need to keep improving them, and what do you think about the price of these equipments?
I think equipment don't need improve because people make sound. So
yeah.
Sounds good or bad.
Right.
That's it.
And
not the equipment.
Okay. It couldn't be more simpler than that. So with those kind of opinions and points, all we can say out there is keep practicing. It's going to be a lot of graft, you know, trial and error. Be creative, express yourself, be a turntablist.
Well, there you go. I hope you know a little more now about the art of turntablism. We'd like to thank very much the directors and staff here at Fat Beats and the customers for their patience. They've all enjoyed it today. Particularly want to thank the lads here, Babu and Noise and Tony Vegas and of course our Cutmaster Swift, for giving us away some of their great secrets. It's a continuing developing art, guys, isn't it? Where the heck is it going? Have we got any ideas with this? Everybody keeps asking what's next, you know, and every year something new comes through.
Oh, Tony, it's endless.
It is endless, isn't it? And now the team, of course, the team thing will expand the thing, won't it? There'll be so many millions of more things 3 or 4 guys can do than one guy.
And the Scratch Brothers were not this year.
The Scratch Brothers, kings of the world this year.
I think it's basically important to say no matter where it goes, at the end of the day, it's going to stay musical, and that's what we are doing. No matter what we're doing on the turntables, we are trying to reproduce music and keep the element of DJing, which is playing and entertaining the crowd musically. So that's all I want to say about it.
So anybody who wants to become a world champion, have you got any tips? I mean, do they have, I mean, a lot of kids can't afford SL1200s right away until they get a little bit older, or they've got rich parents. I mean, can they start on cheaper decks and just practice and learn the art that way?
I think we all started on cheaper decks.
Yeah, we all started on cheap decks. And
started on my mum's stereo system, that's what I did. I'm pretty sure you had a... And you as well, right?
Yeah.
I started on my brothers. You started on your brothers?
Babu stole some SL1200.
Yeah. I started out with jacked up turntables, 1700 to 1800 techniques. They sucked. But I mean, I think that makes you stronger when you have to struggle and you gotta, you know, earn your turns.
Exactly.
And what kind of hours do people have to put into this to become a world champion? I mean, let's look at A-Track. I mean, he was 15 when he won the event. He'd been practicing for years already, maybe 4 years. But how long does it you have to really... If you're going in for a world championship, which you've all done, is it literally a year's hard graft every minute in the bedroom practicing this thing?
To me it wasn't. It's a question of, I have a different way of coming up with ideas. Some people put in a lot of work when they have to practice for their scratching and juggling and all that stuff, but my stuff was mostly word routines. I didn't put a lot of work into it except in my head, and I marked it up at home. But I know some people when they have to perfect all the scratches live, perfect the juggles. I mean, for instance, Plus One from Scotland, I know this guy puts in work every single day at the turntables. That's something everybody should do. I mean,
yeah, I think it's a genuine love for the art form, and you know, you're just fueled on that passion that you're.
It's a bug.
Yeah, you can't really count the hours. If you
can't choose to practice them in mental practices.
Yeah.
As actually just putting, you know, if you get 2 copies of a record, the worst thing you can do is just throw them on your turns and just get stuck straight into
it.
Yeah. Listen to them and think about it.
Yeah,
still practicing.
What do you mean? Put the record on and listen very intently until you find the little bits you could use.
Just think how you can change that record.
What about you, Tony? This year, I mean, for example, it must have been terribly stressful for you because you were also in the Single Techniques Championships and you were in the Newmark Best Techniques DMC Team Championships. How on earth did you cope with practicing and rehearsing for both events?
It does take a lot of concentration. It took a lot of time to do 2 competitions, to do a team and an individual routine. You've got to dedicate all your time to your team because they're more important than you are. You can't just go for yourself. You've got to think that you can stand on stage with 3 other men. You're responsible for their success as much as they are yours. So that's the important thing with the team event. I just found the easiest thing to do was just to round non-stop with my girlfriend and sleep in separate rooms, and imagine that all the time in the world.
And the other thing that's gone now is age, because we had A-Track who kind of bust through at the age of 15, Johnny, and then we had the old school, you know, the Enforcers. My goodness, here's the old school, former world champion 8-9 years ago with Pogo and Billy, and you came out fighting and put on an incredible team event. I mean, so age has gone at the other end of the scale too. You don't have to be too old to win this thing.
Like I said earlier on, it's just a genuine passion for the art form, and you know, you can't really count the years. I don't.
Right. Best thing in the world. Best thing in the world about DJing, this is just my opinion, is when you put a lot of work into it, when you have a lot of hours just locked up in your bedroom, coming out looking white, pale, whatever, and you stand in front of an audience and they give you the recognition for something you spent so many hours on. That is the ultimate reward for DJing.
There's nothing worse than an audience who are not responding to incredible moments on the turntables. That frustrates the life out of me. Sometimes audiences are really hip, and sometimes, you know, they just don't give you what you deserve, you know. But anybody watching this who comes to a DMC championship around the world, I hope you'll give response. You've seen what these guys do. You know how difficult it is. So when you see something good in the competition, you just respond and give them the respect they're due. And my respect today to our 4 wonderful demonstrators of the art of turntablism. Bye-bye.
The